What is up, guys, and welcome back to Rising Trails. Of course, today we're back here at Hersheypark like usual, and it is Thursday, June 18th. It is about 9:30, so we're here today just in time for Sweet Start. You know, missed half of it, but you know, we're never here right at opening for Sweet Start. But today they're actually doing something phenomenal. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday, they're doing Sweeter Start, which basically includes Fahrenheit and select attractions in the Boardwalk. I'm not sure exactly what attractions in the Boardwalk that is. We might wait until later to do the Boardwalk because the park isn't too crowded today because it is a little wet outside. I mean, it isn't raining anymore, but it was raining a little earlier. So it isn't the nicest day out. But like, you know, there's no one here yet, so we should be able to get on some attractions hopefully before Sweet Start ends. Okay guys, so we've entered the park now, as you can see, and I do think I have decided that I want to go to the Boardwalk right away for Sweeter Start, because one of the reasons for coming was I wanted to try to get on Breaker's Edge. Since I don't usually do Breaker's Edge, I wanted to do it today because I knew I'd be able to because of Sweeter Start. Because of how the weather turned out, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. But now I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to get on Breaker's Edge before the crowds get to it. So I decided that we're going to go straight back to the Boardwalk and get on Breaker's Edge and whatever else we can get on. We entered the Boardwalk, came over and got changed. And I was able to do Vortex. Great ride, of course. I walked right up to the top of the slide structure and I got right on the slide. Phenomenal about this event. That is phenomenal. And then I came over here to East Coast Waterworks and I did the purple slide, which is over there at the end. You can't really see it from this angle, but I did those two rides. It is now 10, so technically Sweet Start is over, but still, like, the ticket holders aren't going to be here for another 20 minutes or so because they're still at the front of the park. And as well, there's not many people in the entire park at all. So I don't see the Boardwalk getting too busy today. So even though this event is great, the whole day is going to be great as well, just because I don't see many people coming to the Boardwalk today. The Boardwalk so far has been empty, and I think we're going to get a lot of rides in the Boardwalk, and those two rides I already had were phenomenal. I want to get on Breaker's Edge next, because I haven't done that this year at all, and I usually save that for days like today. So I'll see you after we do Breaker's Edge. Okay guys, just got off of 2 rides on Breaker's Edge. I mean, that's pretty wild, because last season I only did 2 rides the entire season. But overall, 2 great rides on Breaker's Edge. You know, I did find that, yeah, it's not my favorite ride in the Boardwalk by far. It's just, there's not much to it. I mean, it is a little intense. But one thing I will say is, yeah, there's a lot of dull parts. I mean, my favorite parts are, you know, when you go up, you get jetted up. But overall, I mean, 2 great rides on Breaker's Edge, and I had a lot of fun, but I really don't want to do more than 2 a day on Breaker's Edge, so I think I'm done for today on Breaker's Edge. So let's see what else we can get on. So we came over to Coastline Plunge. I did Whirlwind first. Great ride, phenomenal, of course. It looks a lot more scary than it is, honestly. I don't find that much thrill out of Whirlwind. I don't know, just the type of ride, it doesn't do much for me. I prefer more curves and stuff. And then Surge was a great ride. I mean, it's not all that intense, but the way that it turns, and also I was going backwards on Surge as well. I think that helps. But the way the ride is with the turns, I don't know how to explain the turns, but they're really fun. That's what I'll say. But overall, I had a lot of fun on Whirlwind and Surge, and I think I'm going to get on some more of the Coastline Plunge slides. Okay guys, so a quick update. We just came over to Coastline Plunge and went up to the top, the 4 slides that are up there. We started with Hydra. You know, great ride, of course. Yeah, it's not really much, honestly. Yeah, but it is what it is, I guess. You know, I've done these slides so much, I don't have much to say. Then we did Vortex, great, of course. You know, Vortex it looks like it's really intense, but honestly, it's not that much of a ride. And then we came over and did Pipeline, and a great tip about Pipeline, if you want to have a more of an intense ride, you definitely want to go on the double tubes. You know, because going on the double tubes, you go up way higher on the turns, and you feel like you're gonna flip upside down. So, you know, great ride on Pipeline. And then lastly, I did Riptide, and actually the operator sent me down backwards. So that was a great ride, of course, on Riptide, going down backwards. Phenomenal experience, and I had a lot of fun doing all 4 of the attractions on the upper level of Coastline Plunge. So I think I'm done for today on Coastline Plunge. I might come back a bit later and do some more slides, but I did everything today, so it'll just be re-rides for today. But nevertheless, had a lot of fun on those 4 slides. They're always a lot of fun, you know, and they never really have a long wait, and especially today, no wait whatsoever, so I had a lot of fun on them. Okay guys, just got off my first ride of the season on Tidal Force. Of course, if you haven't seen yet, this is Tidal Force's last season, so this is my first ride of the season ever on Tidal Force, I guess you could call it that. Sat on back row, phenomenal ride, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's sad to see Tidal Force go for sure. I honestly don't, like, people like say, oh, there's so much room to put something in where Tidal Force is. Really, there isn't that much room. Like, especially back here, like, if they were to put a coaster in, which I don't see them doing, most likely some sort of slide or something, but like, there's no room. And also back here, they're not going to put a coaster back here because of how far it is into the boardwalk. But nevertheless, a great back row ride on Tidal Force. I always enjoy getting back on Tidal Force, especially if it's been a while since I've ridden it. And I had a lot of fun. Definitely get a good amount of rides on it this season. So we finished at the Intercoastal Waterway. Went around 3 times. You know, it's great to be able to go around the Intercoastal Waterway 3 times. Great ride, of course. One unfortunate update about the Intercoastal Waterway is they've moved to only having these U-shaped tubes with the mat. They don't have any of the normal round tubes anymore. They only have the U-shaped tubes anymore. So that is an unfortunate update. So I didn't enjoy the ride quite as much as usual, but I was able to go around 3 times. So I had a lot of fun on the Intercoastal Waterway. And we also went over to the wave pool or the shore. 2 wave cycles or so. Great experience in there. One update for the better is earlier this season they only had the barrier at 5 feet, but now they've moved the barrier back to 6 foot. So it's great, of course, as usual. But like I said, I had a great time on both of those attractions. But I think I'm done for the boardwalk for today. You know, had a lot of fun at the time I had so far. But now I'll move on to other attractions throughout the park. Okay guys, so I just stopped at the Walking Taco food truck. I picked up the Doritos with beef, you know, cheese and lettuce and such. You know, so great food. I already finished it, so there's nothing to show. But I definitely did enjoy the food over there. You know, when you think of a Walking Taco, it's a lot. You know, it's a lot bigger than a standard Walking Taco, and it was great. You know, I mean, it could be more, but I think for a Walking Taco, it's pretty big, and you get a lot of food. Yeah, so I definitely enjoyed it. It was, you know, a good meal. This was my first time ever getting the Walking Taco, so I just wanted to try it to see how it was, and I think it, you know, lived up to all the hype, I guess you'd say. But nevertheless, had a great meal over at the Walking Taco food truck. Okay guys, so now we've come down to the Hollow, and I guess we're gonna get a ride on Super Duper Looper. Let's see how long the ride is. Yeah, I think it's just a station wait. It's not even on the steps. so it shouldn't be bad. I don't know what I would just say, oh, it's gonna be the last season for Super Duper Looper. No, it's not gonna be the last season, but they are completely tearing down this station. So this is the last season for the current station here at Super Duper Looper. So let's get on it and see how it is. Okay guys, so just got off the Super Duper Looper, of course. Sat on row 6 right seat. I think I may have done that last time. Whatever, it is what it is, honestly. But nevertheless, great ride, of course, in Super Duper Looper. I mean, Super Duper Looper, what do you want, you know? It's just what I expected from Super Duper Looper. I mean, I'm not disappointed. I'm just saying it's Super Duper Looper, Super Duper Looper. It's a great ride, of course, as usual. Okay guys, so Candemonium is down, so I guess we'll just get a ride on Sky Rush. I mean, I'm not upset about that, you know, but Sky Rush has a bit of a line. I mean, it really doesn't have a line, but I'll probably have to wait for 1 or 2 trains, or maybe even 3. So yeah, I guess we'll just see, because it does have a bit of a line, like I said, but really for most people it's not a line, but for me, even a bit of a line is a line. Okay guys, so I got off of Sky Rush, was able to sit in row 7, left middle seat. Phenomenal ride, of course. I will say I think I did get the worst train, because one train is worse than the other train. So I got the subpar train, but other than that, it was a great ride. And now we're gonna get on Twisted Gravity. So let's see how this is. Okay guys, just got off of Twisted Gravity, a road on Chocolate side, I think like seat 8 or something like that, I'm not sure what seat, but nevertheless, I had a great time. Of course that isn't the best side. I still do think that the other side's better when you're above the water, but still really, any seat on that is a great ride, and it's not honestly that big of a difference. At first I was like, oh, it's going to be a big difference if you sit on the side where you're facing the water. Honestly, I don't think it's that big of a difference. Both sides are phenomenal rides, and I really did have a phenomenal ride this time on Twisted Gravity. Okay guys, so we're gonna get another ride on Looper now, so let's see how it is. So we got off of SBL, sat on row 9 right seat, I believe. Honestly, I kind of forget what seat it was, but I'm pretty sure row 9 right seat. You know, had a great time on that. Yeah, it's Super Duper Looper. Great ride, of course, as usual. And like I said earlier, this is the last season for its station. So they're tearing down the station at the end of the season, completely demolishing it, and building a new one. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that and what they end up doing in replacement of it. Okay guys, now we're gonna get a ride on Comet, so let's see how it is. Okay guys, just got off of Comet, row 2 left seat. It's been a while since I've sat in the front of Comet's, a while since I've sat in the front couple cars on Comet, but you know, definitely a while since I've sat in the front car. I don't know if I've ever sat in the front car actually. I honestly don't know, but yeah, great ride on row 2 left seat, if that really matters. But nevertheless, great ride. Had a lot of fun. And it's great to get back on Comet. A phenomenal PTC. Okay guys, so we stopped down at Dispatch. And I got the meatball sub and garlic knots like usual, you know how it is. Yeah, it's just what I like the most. So we'll see how it is today. It does look a little smaller than usual, but maybe that's just an optical illusion or whatever. But nevertheless, it looks pretty good, so let's see how it is.